Luffy. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 One Piece moments that made our eyes bulge out of our heads.
この戦争を終わらせに来た。
Number 10, Brooke and Laboons connection. When the Straw Hat crew meets Brooke, a goofy living skeleton with an afro, they don't know what to make of him.
あの野郎、ガリガリの骸骨のくせによ。話せばなかなか骨がある。
However, despite his outward silliness, he soon earns their respect, particularly after they learn of his goal. 50 years ago, he and his late crew left behind a friend of theirs. Brooke wants to return someday to let their friend know he didn't abandon them.
船で一人生きながらえた私にはこの結果を彼にちゃんと伝えに行く義務がある。
What blows the Straw Hats' minds and the audience's is that his friend is a whale, and one that they've met before. The idea that Laboon, whom the Straw Hats met hundreds of episodes prior, would end up being so important is just one example of the amazing interconnectedness of the One Piece world.
男が一度必ず帰ると言ったのだから。
Number 9, Not So Empty Throne.
荒れ狂う大海賊時代に対抗するため50カ国の王たちが集う4年に一度の世界会議レベリーが始まろうとしている。
Fans are given a pretty good understanding of how the world government of the One Piece world works. The world nobles rule, with the 5 elders acting as the main decision makers. Meanwhile, the member nations' monarchs all convene at a summit called the Leveille, or the Reverie, once every few years. However, in the most recent summit, we're introduced to a symbolic empty throne. This symbol ostensibly indicates that no one rules the world.
ザです。各国の王たちは皆平等であり、独裁の欲は持たないという誓いです。
But soon after its introduction, we learn that the throne does have an occupant. The 5 elders, who should be the highest of the high, instead bow to a mysterious person named Imu, who sits atop the throne. The fanbase and theory crafters basically exploded after this revelation.
歴史より消すべき灯火がまたお決まりでしょうか。
Number 8, Blackbeard's ultimate show.
しぶとい野郎だったぜ。やっとくたばったか。
Marshal D. Teach, better known as Blackbeard, is always a wild card. After showing up at the Marineford War and killing his former captain Whitebeard, Teach decides to show the world something it's never seen before.
今から見せてやるよ。全世界が度肝を抜く最高のショーをな。
なんだあの黒い布は。
After doing something yet to be revealed to Whitebeard's dead body, Teach reveals that he has somehow acquired the earthquake powers of his ex-captain. Not only are his new abilities literally earth-shaking, but Blackbeard also manages to do what no other character has done before: possess the powers of 2 devil fruits.
手に入れたぞ。これでもう俺に敵はねえ。
Until this point, fans had been told that anyone who eats 2 of them will die. But somehow Blackbeard managed to upset the natural order and leave all our jaws on the floor.
そう、ここから先は俺の時代だ。
Number 7, CP9 Revealed.
驚いた。正直ここで会うことになろうとは思ってもみなかったぜ。ニコ・ロビン。
Upon the Straw Hats' arrival at Water 7, Robin is approached by a masked person from CP9, a secret government agency. These masked individuals and a blackmailed Robin then attack Iceberg, the town's mayor and head shipwright. They seek the blueprints to an ancient weapon, Pluton, which Iceberg once had in his possession. When Iceberg comes face to face with the assassins, a familiar bird lands on the shoulder of one of them.
まず何から話せばいいのか。死にゆくあなたにはがっかりさせられた。
he and the audience realize as the spies remove their masks that they're actually Lucci, Kaku, Khalifa, and Bluno, most of whom have worked for Iceberg for years. Like a ship encountering his namesake in the fog, Iceberg never saw it coming, and neither did we.
お前ら政府の人間だったのか。
そう
Number 6. Riso Is Safe.
雷蔵はどこだ。雷蔵を出せ。この国にいるはずだ。
The island, elephant of Zou is ravaged by the beast pirates and its people, well, minks, subjected to torture and poison gas attacks. Their attackers are in search of a Wano ninja named Riso, who's supposedly there, but the minks are adamant that he isn't. Because of how much they endured, the Straw Hats are reluctant to bring up their Wano samurai friends. That is until Kinemon and company blunder in asking about Riso.
同国武人雷蔵という同志を探しに来た。この国に来てはおらぬか。
Yet, we and the Straw Hats are flabbergasted when the minks inform them that Riso is safe. The sheer dedication and friendship in suffering what they have for one friend is incredibly moving and surprising.
そうか無事か。よかった。
Number 5. Ace's father.
いつか必ず海へ出て思いのままに生きよう。誰よりも自由に。
The Marineford War delivers bombshell after bombshell, and it all kicks off with a whopper. Luffy's brother, Portgasty Ace, is said to be executed. Sure, Ace is high up in Whitebeard's crew, but there's a deeper significance to executing him specifically. Atop the execution platform, Fleet Admiral Sengoku urges Ace to declare the truth. And fans were sure that this is when Ace and Luffy's father Dragon would get a name drop. Except Sengoku drops a nuke. Ace's father is actually the late pirate king, Gold Roger.
お前の父親は海賊王ゴールド・ロジャーだ。
This revelation had fans re-examining everything about not only Luffy and Ace's relationship, but also struggling to comprehend that the protagonist's elder brother was the child of the most famous pirate in One Piece history.
エースはゴールド・ロジャーの息子。
Number 4. Shanks Stops the War.
諦めんかい。
Marineford is crazy from start to finish, and this is how it ends. Pirates and Marines alike are engaged in meaningless conflict, and when brave young Kobe steps in to put a stop to things, it looks like he's about to die. Except the last person fans expected to get involved arrives at the last minute to save him, Shanks.
よくやった。若い海兵。
Luffy's mentor and one of the 4 emperors rolls up with his crew and challenges everyone there to a fight if they still want to battle. And nobody wants to mess with him. The shock of one of the series' most enigmatic figures showing up out of the blue is matched only by the flex he pulls in making a war blink first.
この場は俺の顔を立ててもらおう。
Number 3. The Straw Hats are separated.
全員逃げることだけ考えろ。今の俺たちじゃこいつらには勝てねえ。
潔いよし。腹が立つね。
For most of One Piece, each story arc follows a similar structure. The Straw Hats come to a new island, have an adventure, beat up a bad guy, then go on to the next island. But when they arrive at the Sabari archipelago, they bite off more than they can chew. They're faced with several strong foes that they can't defeat, and into the mix comes the warlord Bartholomew Kuma.
こいつ本物だ。
The titanic, soft-spoken man slaps Zoro, making him seemingly vanish. One by one, each member of the crew is sent away using Kuma's powers, leaving only Luffy, distraught and beating his fists against the ground. Luffy's horror and anguish mirror our own, as this left everyone completely shook.
仲間一人も救えない。
Number 2. Ace's death.
俺を救ってくれた人をバカにするんじゃねえ！
There are a few ironclad rules in One Piece, and for most of the series, fans thought that one of them was characters only die in flashbacks. But once again, the Marineford arc changed everything. Following Luffy's rescue of Ace, the hot-blooded young pirate, Ace, not Luffy, is goaded into fighting by the ruthless Admiral Akainu. Overwhelmed in battle, Ace steps in to save his brother when Akainu makes a move for Luffy, taking the blow and receiving a mortal wound. Luffy's complete breakdown is all of us in this moment. The loss of a beloved character is shocking enough, but this death completely changed the aforementioned rule, raising the stakes for the rest of the story. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Gear 5th. Basic One Piece lore. Luffy ate the Gum Fruit, so he has rubber powers. Except 1,000 plus episodes in, we learn that it's not quite the case. After a near-death experience, Luffy's fruit awakens, and we learn that it's actually based on the fictional sun god Nika. It's less rubber and more rubber hose animation. The peak of Luffy's powers lets him bend the laws of physics in cartoony ways that are both ridiculous and ridiculously powerful. This revelation had absolutely everyone's eyes popping out of their heads, and our brains struggling to keep up. That is when we weren't busting a gut laughing. Which One Piece moment had you cartoonishly surprised? Send us flying with your favorites in those comments below. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.